seen it time and time and again, a courtroom scene. Someone is being charged with a crime, and the lawyers parade the witnesses in and out. Their very testimonies have the power to swing the pendulum of fate. The jury, they sit and they listen and they deliver a verdict. And then the judge slams down the gavel and declares a sentence. But what about you? Is the jury still out on you? Do you live this day in and day out existence as though someone has handed you a guilty verdict? It feels like we live the good parts and the bad parts of our lives as though they're on a set of scales. And inevitably, the bad stuff, it always seems the heaviest. In John chapter 8, we find a woman that was literally dragged out of bed with the man that she was having an affair with. I mean, can you imagine that? I mean, she was caught in the act. We know nothing about her past. We have no idea if this is a long-standing affair and she just really didn't feel bad about it anymore. Or maybe she had a cruel husband and she felt depressed, and all of a sudden here comes this man that just finds her fascinating. Regardless, the two of them, in a fit of passion, make this huge mistake. And she had no idea that she was going to be torn from that bed, thrown into public, probably naked, tumble upon the feet of Jesus, and her accusers want Jesus to judge her. Can you imagine the tape that was playing in her mind that day? Oh, what have I done? I can't believe I keep making the same mistakes. Look at these people judging me, mocking me. I've gone too far. I have gone way too far for God to ever love a screw-up like me. Those are real thoughts. And if I'm honest, there's been a good portion of my life where I felt like my soul has been in the courtroom. Not that I was thrown in front of a large crowd where all my sins lay naked for the whole world to see. But I know what I've done. I have dark secrets just like you. I have declared myself guilty. How does guilt manifest itself in everyday life? Have you ever been given a compliment but you just brush it off? Has anyone ever tried to break through that tough exterior to show you love, but your wall is so high there's just no way anyone can get through? And you find yourself yet again alone? Shame and guilt are powerful prisons. But it doesn't have to be that way. There is no jury declaring you guilty. Our innocence is found in Christ. The only sentence you have is found in Romans chapter 8 that says, "For there is no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus." Those would be the words that would change this woman's life forever. But before she heard those words, she heard Jesus say as he looked at the crowd, "If any of you have never made a mistake, if you are perfect, go ahead and start throwing rocks." And Jesus looked at this woman and said, "Woman, where is your jury? Who's condemning you?" And the woman looked around and everybody was gone. And she looked at Jesus. She said, no one is condemning me." And then Jesus looked at the woman and said, "Well, I don't condemn you either. Go and sin no more." Can you imagine the look on this woman's face when she realized her sentence? Not guilty. And we have been given the same verdict. Aren't you tired of beating yourself up over your past? When are you going to stop being judge and jury and even executioner of your own life? Because if you look in the jury box, no one is there. And if you go to the judge's bench, no one is swinging a gavel declaring your condemnation. And there's not going to be any surprise witnesses coming in at the last minute to bring up embarrassments from your past. You are free.